I want to speak to you about eroding morality standards. You see, when I see people out there laughing about their financial situation and making fun of it by looking at some funny memes of like, haha, we're so broke, you know, at the end of the month I have no money left. Or when I look at them and laughing at memes and sending memes around, oh yeah, Instagram is stealing 5 hours of my day, right? Instagram is stealing so much of my time, and I see some funny reference to that and people are finding it very funny. That's crazy to me. Like literally that is crazy to me. Because how little do you take yourself and your life seriously? That's what I'm asking myself. Because I see these kind of things and I don't find them funny at all. I find them very disturbing. I find it very disturbing that people see things nowadays and just accept them. And this, of course, always starts with yourself. You have a very low standard yourself of what you accept, meaning you accept a lot, too much of too much from yourself, right? You accept all kinds of bullshit. You just let it go through. But of course, this also transports to other areas, right? So let's say some crazy things come out about politicians, about stars, about this, about that. There's been a lot of shit going on. There's been a lot of crazy stuff coming out. And nowadays, from what I see and what I observe, okay, maybe you see it the same way. From what I observe is people they might get a little bit angry at some point when stuff comes out, when they hear something. And this could be crazy stuff. But then they just go on with their ordinary lives. They just go on with their normal lives as if nothing happened. And I think a reason why this has happened is that that we are being bombarded with news every day. We get so much information every day, such an information overload, that our brain can't process it anymore. This leads then to us massively reducing our standards of what we accept, because it would cost us so much energy to get worked up about these things. It would cost us so much energy to get pissed off by these things and to want to change something about them, that we just accept them. So we massively lower our standards for ourselves. We accept anything from ourselves, right? Then obviously we go out, we accept anything from other people out there, and we're in a downward spiral regarding morality and regarding what we accept of ourselves, of others. And what's this going to lead to? I have some ideas about this. I have some hypotheses about this, and it doesn't look very good, because from what I see, people up at the top, meaning top politicians, world leaders, they could come out and tell us anything, like some scandal could come out. And at this point, a lot of people would be like, yeah, you know, that's terrible. How could they? But they wouldn't even bother nowadays. I mean, you can ask yourself, for me it is this way at least, you wouldn't even bother getting up and going onto the street to protest for something. Like, what would have to happen for you to get up and protest about something? Probably a lot, right? Because a lot has happened the last years, and even those who did go on the street and start protesting, they were kind of frowned upon. They were like, yeah, okay, weirdos, right? Which also is absolutely crazy, because back in the day, this used to be normal, you know, stand up for something that you believe in, stand up for something that you think is right. But a narrative is created nowadays where you kind of are portrayed as a nuthead if you stand up for something. You don't want to put your head up too high because you're going to get smacked out otherwise. And this is, in combination with eroding values, very, very, very dangerous. So this video today is just to, I just want to talk to you about this, because maybe you're not aware, maybe you are aware of eroding morality standards and eroding standards in general for yourself. These eroding standards are portrayed onto other things. So what you accept from yourself, obviously you accept the same BS from other people, which is dangerous. And I want to encourage you to think about things critically. I made another video on this. I want to encourage you to think about these kind of things and to see what's at stake. All right? See what's at stake, because there's a lot at stake. You know, now you're being pushed maybe 5%. And you're like, yeah, but I'm not going to get up for 5%, you know. My life's still too good. It's all okay. But at some point you reach 7, 8%, 10%, where you give up freedom, where you give up freedom of speech, where you give up whatever that may be. And maybe one day you wake up and you're at 25% loss of your rights in area X, Y, Z, or 30 or 50 or 60. And when you wake up at that point, it's probably going to be too late to change something. So what I encourage you to do now and today is raise your standards. That's the first thing. Raise your standards for yourself. Start with yourself. If you don't accept BS from yourself, you're not going to accept it from other people. Start waking up early. Don't accept less from yourself. Go to the gym. Don't accept less from yourself. You want to do business. Don't accept less from yourself. You start by doing that. And don't be afraid to talk. Okay? Don't be afraid to talk about ideas. Don't be afraid to talk about things. If you're critical, say it. It's fine, right? You don't have to be cool with everyone. You don't have to be accepted by everyone. Break this false belief that anything bad's going to happen to you, because it's not. Life just goes on, and you should be as free of a person as you can, right? In this sense, saying goodbye to you from the beach.